What's up guys, it's a girl PlayLogicalSims again with another video, and today I'm gonna be showing you guys how I built the Krusty Krab in the Sims 4. Now this was just a fun build challenge that I did for myself. It wasn't anything serious. I know that other simmers have done something like this, but I didn't really want to watch their videos on how to do it. So most of this is kind of just off the top of my head. Of course I used a picture initially to help out with the shape and how the exterior was supposed to be looking, as well as some of the interior, but majority of this was just built from the top of my head. I wanted to have free will with this build. I was building this while there was a lot of craziness happening. This build was actually done last week, but I was yet to record a voiceover for it until now, as well as for other build challenges and other stuff that I have done last week that was supposed to be uploaded. But I'm gonna get into that, what happened and all of this stuff, because I know you guys may be interested in what exactly happened. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Lisa, aka PlayLogicalSims. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is a Sims gaming channel. If you're interested in Sims content such as let's plays, speed builds, and creative sim challenges, and many more stuff such as tutorials as well, please remember to subscribe, turn on the post notifications, like this video if you like it, or dislike this video if you don't like it. That's how I'm gonna know if you guys appreciate this type of content, as well as leave a comment down below letting me know that you have joined all of the community that we're building up over here. Just simply say that you have turned on your post notifications, or use that one of those bell emojis or something. Let me know that you have joined the little squad that we're building up over here. Anyways, what I was saying was, a lot of stuff happened last week. First of all, those of you who have been subscribers for a while, you may have known that I was having a little issue with my wisdom teeth. I refused to go to the dentist until it got extremely bad that I really needed to go, regardless of my anxiety and all of this stuff. You know, we're in a pandemic. I didn't really want to go somewhere that someone will be putting their hands in my mouth. Not saying that the dentist does not follow all the precautionary measures, but that's just how I feel. I was just a bit paranoid. I went. The day I went, let's just say it was an experience that like no other. You know, as I expected, there were persons who refused to wear the mask. There were parents telling their children that they don't need to wear the mask because they're kids, which I found really dumb. There was this lady who came right beside me. She was not wearing her mask. I slowly removed myself from that situation because I had to wait. Even though I had an appointment, I had to go through a process where they would take your temperature and they would give you a form to fill out and all of that, all because of COVID. When I finally got to the dentist, instead of removing all 4 of my wisdom teeth, she came to the conclusion that only 1 needed to be removed, which is good and bad, because what she said is that only 1 really needed to be removed on that day. And she was saying that due to COVID, they have developed new practices, and she was talking all kinds of stuff. I went to the dentist by myself, which is I must admit, it was kind of a dumb decision for me to make. So there was no point in time when I was hallucinating. I just got 2 injections in the gum surrounding the tooth, which created a numbness in that area, so I couldn't feel anything, I couldn't talk. However, I could feel the pressure. I could feel the pressure of her removing it, but I could not feel her actually taking it out. She told me before the process even started that she was like, you know, pain after the tooth has been removed is normal. And then after she has completed the entire process, which took a very which took quite a long time, I must admit, because I was freaking out. There's one part where she was like, you know what? I think it would be good if, since your anxiety is through the roof. She was like, since your anxiety is through the roof, I think it would be nice if you went for a little walk and came back, but please remember to put on your mask to make sure that everything's okay. So just don't take too long. Just like a quick stroll and come back. I think it would be very helpful for you. Now, this was after she gave me the first injection. And I was thinking that I bypassed that long needle. Everything is fine. I went for the walk as she instructed. I kind of just cleared my mind, took a couple deep breaths, and went back into the room. And she was like, I'm gonna have to give you the injection one more time. I'm terrified of needles. So when she took out that needle, and she was like, we're gonna, mind you, this is a very long needle. It's not like one of those ordinary stuff. And again, I went by myself, which is why they had to give me that injection. Anyways, so instead of the gas, I was given the injection. Pretty much. After all of that, she finally took it out. I was a bit I don't know how to describe it. I was self-aware of everything that was going on. But it was one of those situations where like you're aware but you're partially unaware. So she's giving me this long list of stuff that I need to do, and I'm like, I went home. I took a cab home for someone who could not talk, which is kind of dumb in a sense, but luckily people know me. People know where I live, which is good and bad as well. So when I got into the cab, I just simply paid the taxi driver, brought me home. I didn't even have to say a word out of my mouth, which is good. I got home, and the only thing I could remember her saying was do not spit, do not spit. Oh, and this thing on the screen right here, I'll have the model links down below where you can expand the catalog. I was thinking of making a video about it, but considering that I got this idea from Little Simsy and she made a video about it, I just decided not to. If you guys wanna check out Little Simsy's video, I'll have it linked down below as well, so you can check out how to use the mod. It's very simple. You install it, click the one key on your keyboard, it expands the catalog, the build mode catalog. You click it again, it contracts it. It's pretty straightforward. It's just really helpful for builders, so you can see everything, especially with the debug menu and all of this stuff. Now, as I was saying, got home, all I could remember was her saying do not spit. Thankfully, I have Wi-Fi. So I did my research and I basically compiled a list. I had to be using my phone to communicate. I would type a text and I would show it to my mother to let her know what happened, because I went to the dentist and she wasn't too sure what was going on at the dentist. I mean, she had an idea of what would go on, but she wasn't too sure of what the dentist was going to do. So when I got home and she was like, what happened? I had to literally type out on my phone, Mommy, they removed one of my wisdom teeth. And then they were like, you cannot eat for 3 hours. You cannot spit what is in your mouth, which is very gross, by the way. There were a lot of stuff in my mouth which I refused to swallow. She was like, from now on all you can do is swallow. No matter how gross it is, all you can do is swallow. And I refused to do that. So I think I spent an hour at the pharmacy trying to get the medication. So when she said 3 hours, You have to wait 3 hours until you're able to eat something. I was like, okay, 1 hour. I was counting down. I basically used up a lot of that time while I was in home, like while I was still at the dentist. So after she extracted the tooth, I took the prescription and I went to get it filled. That took like an hour. Then it took like 30 minutes for me to get home. Took another 30 minutes for me to fully explain what is going on with my phone and hear the opinion of my mother and what she thinks I should do and what I shouldn't do. And then she was like, go and sleep. I went on YouTube. So I had a strategy going into this. I'm like, she's like, I cannot eat for the next 3 hours, and she's giving me all these instructions. Some of them, there were some that I remembered, and there were some that I completely forgot. Like I said, Google had my back. I did a ton of research, and I know what you're thinking. I didn't just type on Google what to do after a wisdom tooth surgery, whatever. I found some reputable websites, found out what's going on. I also contacted, well, outside my mother, contact a dentist, a dentist assistant, who gave a little rundown of what the dentist had told me that I did not remember. It was a period of time that I do not want to go through again. Although I'm told that the possibility of me having to go back to get the other 3 extracted is really high. So, after all of that process, I remember before I went to the dentist, I made a comment on Lil Sims' video because she had gotten her wisdom tooth taken out the week before, and I'm like, and the way she was explaining it, I was terrified even more, and I was like, I'm going to the dentist on Thursday and I'm terrified. I do not want this to be me. And I remember someone commenting saying that it doesn't have to hurt after and all of that. That person gave me hope. But here's the truth in all of that. I got back the cocaine, the cocaine or whatever that was in that injection. I'm not sure I'm pretty sure that it wasn't cocaine, because then I would be hallucinating. I'll be talking all kind of foolishness, because some of it drips down into my mouth. Some of the thing out of the needle dripped down into my mouth and I was totally swallowed. So I'm pretty sure that I would be talking all kind of foolishness if it was cocaine. If you're a dentist out there or a dentist assistant, you can comment down below, let me know exactly what went down. I did research on it, I figured out what it was, I don't remember the name of it. But hey, got home, after all of the numbness wore off, it wore off quite quickly, to be honest. When I got a feeling, it took way longer for the numbness to wear off. It wore off quite quickly, and as soon as it wore off, the pain, because I remember the dentist being like, remember, we just took out a tooth, so we just removed an entire tooth, so you're gonna be in pain. And she prescribed these very strong pain tablets, but she was like, remember, do not take more than 3 per day. And she wrote it on the bag. And I was like, I was thinking that the pain was gonna be something that is kind of bearable, to be honest. I got home, it eventually wore off, and as soon as it wore off, I'm in tears, like literal tears. I'm curled up in the fetal position. Ladies, that fetal position, some of us are curled up in that period of time, the time of the month. I was in that position. I was crying, I was screaming, Listen, I'm the type of person that usually handles pain relatively well, but in this situation, it got the best of me. I I didn't know what to do because here's the thing, you cannot take the pill until you have eaten. You cannot eat until 3 hours has passed. But here's the other thing, you cannot remove the gauze until I think I was told not to remove it until what? Like 5 hours or something like that. Wait, I don't remember exactly what happened, but I think I removed it at a certain time when the dentist assistant told me to remove it, and then I had another one put back in. And you're told that you cannot drink with a straw, you cannot drink out of a bottle, it has to be out of a cup. Whatever you consume has to be soft. So, in truth and in fact, I had to prepare something to eat that was soft, no butter juice, nothing out of straw. Because initially when she was like, you have to wait 3 hours to eat, I was like, I'm just gonna get a straw, put it in a cup, and I'm gonna cheat this thing. Because that's what I did when I had a filling done and they were like, do not eat anything. I just got a straw. I made sure that the liquid did not go to that side. I ate on the other side. And she was like, you cannot do any of that, you just gotta wait. It was, listen, obviously the worst part of this entire process was the pain. Without a doubt. And I was thinking that, I remember Little Simsy mentioning in her video that she can't believe that she went to the dentist to get rid of a pain, but came back with an even worse pain than she went with. And that is exactly how it feels like. I cannot sum it up in any other way. I went there because I was having pain in that particular wisdom tooth, and I came back with an even worse pain than I left with. Where I couldn't talk for a while, I couldn't eat. I even had a family member making fun of me. She was like, you gone dumb. It was crazy. And then on top of all of that, as if that wasn't bad enough, we all know that 2020 is cancelled. It has been cancelled. It's a crazy time that we will not want to go through ever again. But here's the thing, my community has never had a case of corona. I didn't say my country, I didn't say my parish, which is a section of my country. I said my community. But here's the kicker now. Last week I saw the news. I was watching the news and they were like, as of XYZ time, and XYZ is just a way that us Jamaicans, it's just like a substitute for a set of words that you don't want to call out because probably you don't have the accurate information, whatever. So, as of XYZ time, these two communities will be placed under lockdown due to the high increase in corona cases. When I heard that, and these two communities that they're mentioning are the surrounding communities for where I live. So picture this. Since this is a Spongebob build, this is a Krusty Krab. Picture this. It's as if I am located in that pineapple Spongebob's house, and Patrick's house, and wait, that makes no sense because Squidward's in the middle. Forget that. I'm just like in the center of two other communities that have just got a high outbreak in the corona. So we're being placed under curfew. Curfew meaning you cannot be seen outside of your house during a certain time period. Not your yard. You cannot be seen in your yard, nor in front of your gate. You cannot be seen outside of your house, not on the road. We were placed in a curfew at the beginning of this whole thing. Then the curfew was lifted, then curfew came back, and it was this back and forth thing, and then we finally got to a point where we weren't having any curfew, no lockdown, no restrictions. Now supermarkets are being closed down, which is when people start to panic, because if a place that is so essential is being closed down, you know that we're in big trouble. Bars being closed down, that's something that, we expected. Bars equal crowds. The other day when we were told that beaches would be open, I had hope. I was like, things are getting better, everything's getting fine. Especially since if you're going to somewhere, if you're even walking into a supermarket, they take your temperature. No matter how small the store is, no matter how tiny the store is, they have one of those temperature devices that they use to take your temperature. I'm like, things are looking up. Even though people are wearing their masks as they should, I was so optimistic. I'm like, things are getting better. Then I see a news like this and I'm like, no one can get in those places, no one can get out those communities. And then it's scary because I'm in the center of all of this mess. And mind you, in all of this, we have an election coming up, which led me to believe that everything was getting better, because if they're gonna call an election in all of this mess, you would think that everything is okay, right? Because elections equal campaigns equal crowd. Campaigns are also equivalent to bandwagon. Bandwagons is like a term for the old campaigning thing, where you see persons in busloads, you see busloads of people cheering for their party to win, for whosoever they want to vote for to win. You'll see them even peeking out of the bus, cheering, no mask. You'll see like a long line of them. And you're in your mind, in your house, thinking, oh, so if all of this is happening, everything is fine, right? Nope. Things just keep getting worse and worse. It's from one thing to another. The day that I was filming this video, it was a wonderful day. I just came back from the store. I bought a mouse for my laptop. Everything was fine. I finally bought a mouse for my laptop so I can stop using the mouse pad that came with it that actually hurts my finger while I make these videos. It was a bright sunny day. Then immediately, as soon as I decide that I'm gonna do this voiceover, I'm gonna upload this video the following morning, everything's gonna be fine. Here comes a huge thunderstorm. Now I'm in the middle of this thinking, are we in the middle of a hurricane? Because out of nowhere, heavy winds, thunder, lightning, every rainfall. I'm like, mind you, there were no major signs of this happening. We just went from this bright, wonderful, sunny day to, and the thing is, not only did that last for 1 day, 2 days, 3, 4, 5. Listen, I think this started like on either Tuesday or Wednesday. It's the following week, and it's still happening. The day that this started, we were told that, there's a storm passing through the Caribbean, but Jamaica won't be affected that much. Then the next thing I know, we're having power outages. Children are crying because of the thunder, which makes it impossible to record a voiceover, by the way. Because I don't have like a specific room in the house where I'm saying that, everything is blocked off, I cannot hear what's happening outside. A child sees the lightning, they start screaming, "Mommy, mommy, mommy, make the lightning go away." And you're hearing that in the video. Then on top of all of that, we're having the thunder noise in the background. It was just a crazy hot mess. So I could not upload any videos. In addition to the speed build on the very same day, I also did other challenges, which I am trying to get the voiceover on it, because I realized that you guys don't really like the videos where I present a speed build and I'm not talking in the background. I'm just, it's just a video with a music in there. And to be honest, I don't really like making those type of videos with the music, because it is kind of risky, because at any point in time those persons can be like, I'm gonna copyright my music, even though it was copyright free to begin with. And I mean, for videos like that, I can actually go in and replace the music with music from the YouTube audio library. But the mere fact that that is even possible, it's kind of scary. Now this was Mr. Krabs' office, and I was trying to make it look as close as possible. This is when I finally took a look at the picture, because for majority of this build, I wasn't really focused on the images that I had in front of me. I just wanted the build to be recognizable as the Krusty Krab, which I believe that I have achieved. Fun fact, I presented this build to my mother, and I was like, "Mommy, what do you think this is?" Because in my mind, I'm like, if she knows what it is, then I'm good. Nope. Mommy was like, "What is that?" I showed her the interior and she was like, "Is it a restaurant?" I'm like, "Yes." "But what kind of restaurant is it?" "Let me give you a hint. It's from a cartoon." "What cartoon?" When I finally told her that it was a Krusty Krab, she was like, "The Krusty who?" In my mind, I'm like, everyone knows about Spongebob. I'm like, this is a cartoon that you had me watching when I was smaller. Mr. Krab loves his money, so I was trying to get that money on there. And she was like, "Yeah, but I didn't usually watch it with you all the time, so I don't really know what's going on." I just found that crazy. I put the money tree in there, and eventually I did. And a fun fact, I was going to put this in another video, which I'm making another video where I'm going to be showing you guys a lot of stuff in the Sims that I believe a lot of persons don't know. Fun fact, if you hold down the shift key on your keyboard while testing sheets on, and you click on the soil, and I just add that for the money tree that I just placed in Mr. Krabs' office, you'll be able to, upgrade it. You'll be able to make it harvestable and all of those fun stuff. Change the life stage of the tree so it does not look like a soil. There's a lot you can do with the shift key on the keyboard. You can test it out in your game. Hold on that shift key and just click on random items. It opens up a lot of options, opens up a brand new menu that allows more interactions, all those fun stuff. And if you made it to this far in the video for some apparent reason, you are engaged in this video, please remember to subscribe and turn on post notifications. Like this video if you haven't already, and comment down below what do you think about this build that I did. In the end, you'll actually see a tour. I know that it's not an exact replica. I do not class myself as a professional builder in The Sims, but I believe that I did a little something, something, something. It may not be as exact as other builders may have made it in The Sims, but this is just my interpretation of the Krusty Krab in The Sims 4. It's not meant to be a exact replica because there are a lot of stuff that after I looked back on images and I started watching Spongebob again, there's a lot of stuff that I did differently. For example, Mr. Krabs' office is on the outside, the bathrooms are on the outside. Yeah, there are some details that are off. But again, that's not what I was going for. I was just going for a fun build challenge. In the midst of all of this corona madness, I just really wanted to do something that, would bring me some joy. There's a lot of craziness is happening. Initially, I was even thinking that, school wouldn't open back. I was thinking that, a part of me was hoping that it will open up and we would start doing face-to-face classes, but only if everything is okay. Then I see on the news where I'm gonna have school, and I've been sent emails regarding that. I'm gonna have school, I have all of these responsibilities because I'm a final year student, and blah 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 blah. And then I look more into the email and they're like 70% of your classes will be online, which is scary for me because I'm a final year student and I would like to go out with a bang. Online classes have caused my grades to go down. I mean, I got good grades. I got what many would classify as good grades, but I did not get the grades that I could have received. Listen, before this whole corona thing, I had like a New Year's resolution. I was in the library every single day. I became one of those students overnight who spent forever in the library. After classes, I would refresh, go through all of the work. I put in a lot of hard work. So when we were all told that we need to leave the compound, we need to leave campus and like go home for online classes, I was one of those students that were freaking out. I was so upset. I remember coming from an exam and they're like, this is gonna be your last exam. And a part of me was happy because I'm like, I get to rest. And then they're like, you're going home. You need to go home in a matter of 3 days. The campus is under code red. And yeah, we did get an email saying the campus is under code red. It was like this big thing, everything got locked down. You look around and you see papers all over code red. You need to go home. We don't want you to get infected. You would think that we were in like the World War III or something, because there was a lot of crazy stuff happening during that time. It was crazy, I ain't gonna lie. Came from the exam, saw the email, saw persons with their suitcases. They're like, they're like, this seems like an apocalyptic. What's that word? Apocalypse. I cannot pronounce that word, but you know what I mean. They're like, I'm not staying here for all of this to catch me up in it. I'd rather go home. There were students who were like, if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die at home. Which freaked me out even more because I'm like, what are you all talking about? Mind you, this was during a time when we had little to no information about it. I mean, as soon as the university heard about the whole corona thing, they're like, we don't want anything to happen to any of you while under our guidance or under our care. So y'all are gonna go home. We'll pick up from there. They sent us email. They were like, if you want to take a leave of absence, and a leave of absence means that you sit out a year of school. They're like, if you want to do that, you know you can do that. And they're like, because I know that some of you don't have internet at home, and that is just their way of saying that they gave, at least they gave us the opportunity to do that. Because in theory, they're just trying to cover, they're just trying to cover themselves, for a lack of a better word, you know. There's some stuff you cannot see on YouTube. They're just trying to cover themselves, make sure that everything is okay on their side, they don't get sued. Because at the end of the day, they can always say that they sent us all of these long emails that nobody read, that covers them up real nice. They can always say, you know, we sent that email, so you cannot sue me, you cannot ask back for your tuition, because in that email it says so and so and so. Listen, it's just a crazy period of time. I know we're all going through it, but I just wanted to share my little bit of how I feel about this whole corona thing. That's just what this video is about. It's a very simple build. It's nothing crazy. If you want to build something like this and you want to use this video as a guide, and I think you can. So I think there's nothing crazy in this build. Everything is just straightforward. I was having fun. I was doing a lot of stuff in here. I used a couple techniques that I haven't used in a while. Yeah, I think the most, actually, like I said, this build is very simple. I don't think there's anything about it that is like, whoa, I didn't know you could do that. Or maybe you'll find something useful in it. I don't know. I don't really know where I'm going with this video. I just did this build. I had a lot of fun with it. I just decided that I'm going to use this video to talk about a lot of stuff. So please bear with me. If you're one of those persons that actually make it to the end, if you make it to this far in the video, I actually have some good news for y'all. So I've been working on merch for a while now. I'm designing my stuff by myself. Everything that I do on my channel was done by me. Every video that I create is created by me. Every thumbnail is designed by me. I don't hire anyone to do anything for me, neither do I let anyone do anything for me on this channel. Video ideas are they're like a different type of stuff. There are video ideas that some of you guys came up with that I used, as well as there are many such as this one that I came up with. It may not be original, however, I classify myself as the creator of this content because I did create it. And it's the same thing with my merch and any other project that I'm working on. If you're in the Discord, you may have seen where I even uploaded like a sneak peek of a video thumbnail. Now that video was already recorded. I don't know what happened. At some point in time, something got messed up. I don't know if it was when my computer got updated or what. So I'm gonna have to record that video all over again, which is fine because I found more content that I could add to it. It just means that it's gonna take a longer while for that video to be released. Some persons have been asking me like what my setup is like. Now my setup is very unprofessional. Like I mentioned before, I just got a mouse from my computer. I got a headset like after my 4th or 5th video on this channel. So my setup is basically this: a laptop, a headset with a little Audacity magic. I used Audacity to make me sound louder because the headset is not really loud. I use my mouse currently and my laptop. That's just all I have. I don't have a camera yet, but I'm trying to save towards that. I wasn't able to work because of the whole corona thing. I usually work every holiday, which is something I was counting on, but with the whole corona thing, I didn't really want to risk it. Because can you imagine going into your final year? I mean, it's a final lap. It's a final. After you've gone through all of those stress of college life, university life, this is like the final lap. And then you get sick and can't complete it. My health comes first in everything. That's the way I feel. I didn't feel comfortable working while we're in all of this mess. I mean, I have friends that do that, but I just think that for me personally, I already have a horrible sinus problem and strong allergies. I mean, I'm the type of person that if someone lights a fire, no matter how far away it is from me, I'm like a smoke detector. I can do the moment my nose starts to get stuffy, I know that there is smoke somewhere near me. And by near me could be even a mile away, a couple miles away, as long as I'm able to notice that that is what's happening. It's the type of thing that can lead me to passing out. So me getting corona is like a no. It's just I can't risk it. I just really can't risk it. Which is why I'm not able to afford a camera at the moment. So I'll just wait until I can. When I can, you guys will be seeing videos of me. But for now, this is how I'm going to be recording my videos. Like I said, just a simple headset, a mouse, and a laptop. The way I record my videos, since I was asked about this before, and if you've made it this far in the video, figure that I might as well say it. I am unable to record my audio while I'm doing the gameplay, which is why it takes so long. So what I do is I record the gameplay, I screen record with Bandicam, then I export the file, play it in VLC, then I do my voiceover in Audacity. Edit my voiceover so that it sounds louder, because it does sound low with the headset that I'm using. It's just a regular headset, nothing special to it. Regular cheap headset. It didn't even cost me $8. I think it cost me way less than that. Cheap mouse, cheap headset. That's the way we're doing it. And then after I finish edit both, I just combine them. So I think that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for listening to me for so long. Have a wonderful day or night. Bye, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.